On January 26, 1972, Vesna Vulovic survives a fall from 33,000 feet without a parachute. Vulovic was a Serbian flight attendant with Yugoslavian carrier Yat Airways. Flight 367, a DC-9, departed Copenhagen at 3:15 p.m. with 28 passengers and crew on board. The flight originated in Stockholm and was heading to Belgrade with a stopover in Zagreb. 46 minutes after departing Copenhagen, an explosion ripped through the baggage compartment over Czechoslovakia. The aircraft broke into pieces and spun out of control. It crashed near Srpska Kamenice, a small village near the East German border. Vulovic was the only survivor. She had no memory of what happened, so no one is quite sure to this day how she survived. She was found covered in blood inside the fuselage by a villager. He was able to keep her alive until rescuers arrived, thanks to his experience in World War II as a medic. Reports at the time stated that she was found in the back of the aircraft, but Vulovic said that the man who found her told her that she was in the middle part of the plane, underneath one of her colleagues, with a catering trolley pinned against her. She believed that it was the trolley that kept her in the plane as it crashed into a wooded area. Vulovic's skull was cracked, and she had a broken pelvis and broken legs. When she woke up in the hospital, she found she was paralyzed from the waist down, but she eventually regained motion and the ability to walk. The day after the crash, a man who described himself as a Croatian nationalist called a Swedish newspaper and claimed responsibility for the bombing. The incident helped prompt changes in the aviation industry. In 1973, the FAA introduced universal physical screening of passengers, requiring everyone to pass through metal detectors and to have their bags searched. Vulovic still holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute at 33,000 feet. Her incredible fall was featured in a 2005 episode of the Discovery Channel series Mythbusters. The show's hosts concluded that it would be possible to survive such a fall, depending on how the wreckage landed. Vesna Vulovic died in 2016 at age 66. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1788, the British settlement of Australia begins as a fleet carrying convicts lands in New South Wales. In 1913, more than 100 years after his death, John Paul Jones is entombed at the U.S. Naval Academy Chapel. In 1939, fascist leader Francisco Franco captures the city of Barcelona during the Spanish Civil War. In 1955, guitar legend Eddie Van Halen is born in Amsterdam. His family moves to the U.S. 7 years later. In 1970, John Lennon of the Beatles writes and records his hit solo song Instant Karma all in one day. In 2006, the era of the telegram comes to an end in the U.S. as Western Union sends its final cable. In 2020, NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter Jonna, and 7 others are killed in a helicopter crash. And now, it's time for our Today in History quiz. Who was the commander of Apollo 1 when a tragic fire during a launch pad test killed him and 2 other astronauts? Alan Shepard, Ken Mattingly, Gus Grissom, or Wally Schirra? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right tomorrow on Today in History.